Hello Internet! We are back on Showdown. We are going to do our first VGC 16 games of the format now. Now, if you have spoken to me, you probably could tell I did not like this format. I know it's only a couple of weeks old, and it is unfortunate as well because we've got all these new restricted Pokemon to use, but I'm really not enjoying this format. And the unfortunate thing is I can't really see anything changing. Dark Void hasn't been kind to this format. I don't think it's going to be too fun for a whole year if nothing does change. So we'll have to see if anything, if anything does happen. But hopefully we're going to have a bit of fun with this team. It's an adapted version of a team I was using at the end of the last format. It does look, standard-ish, I suppose. But you'll soon see that it works not very standard at all. It's actually pretty fun. I do quite like this team. But we're going to go with Sableye, Gengar, let's go with Whimsicott, and I think Groudon is good here as well. This ult is quite low on the ladder, but let's see where we are. But, I've only done a few games, but yeah, 4 games, 4 wins. So, we'll have a bit of fun. Let's see how we go. You can see we've got Gravity, and you can see we've got Hypnosis. Whimsicott has got Grass Whistle as well, which is lovely. It's very nice. It means Hypnosis is 100% accurate. Grass Whistle is 91% accurate as well. So he actually predicted that turn 1 really nicely. He got the Scrappy and the Taunt onto my Sableye, but I've got a Metal Herb. So let's just get Gravity up, see if we can win this speed tie against the Crobat and avoid being taunted by it. Assuming that this Crobat is max speed. I'm not too sure how many Crobat do run actually, proper max speed, because they only really need to be fast enough to outspeed things like Lipard and maybe Raichu to get the Quick Guard off, I would imagine. The rest would probably go into bulk. Nope, well, he Sucker Punches. There's my Gravity. And, oh, well, he does outspeed, or he won that speed tie with the Gengar, but he probably didn't see the thingy coming. Hypnosis, that's the move. But now Sableye, I don't need you anymore. I'm just going to bring Whimsicott back in and going to Hypnosis the Kangaskhan. Kangaskhan can't do anything here. He might try and Sucker Punch. If he does, then he'll be having a guaranteed sleep turn next turn. But it's the Crobat I want to be focusing on now because that's the one that can start taunting my Pokemon. So you're beginning to see now how pesky this team is and how if you might have even played me on Showdown. I've used this a little bit over the last week or so. If you did play this team, then it was me. Either I destroyed you, or this team got destroyed. It's just one of these teams that it goes either way. Either it's a resounding win or a crushing defeat, basically. So he's taking his time. He's probably wondering what the hell he's playing here with Gravity and Hypnosis and everything. He will probably get a little bit more surprised when he sees a Grass Whistle coming out, but you can see we've got Groudon on here as well to take care of the Gravity. This Groudon has got Swords Dance and Precipice Blades, so under Gravity it can basically knock out a lot of things. So Kangaskhan's got a guaranteed sleep turn next turn. Crobat could wake up, it could win a speed tie against Gengar. Hopefully it won't, because Hex is really, really powerful, actually. Yeah, so I won that speed tie. Hex is really powerful when something has got a status condition. It can, if like a Cresselia has got much bulk in it, it can one-shot a sleeping Cresselia. It can. It is that powerful, coming from a Mega Gengar. So, very interesting. Kangaskhan can wake up this next turn. So if he does, this is the issue, because if he does wake up, if he gets a Sucker Punch onto my Gengar, then he knocks it out. So that is always going to be the issue, really. But this is the first time that he can wake up. So how should we play this? We can put the Landorus to sleep, basically. We have got Sableye in the back as well, so we've got potential future Gravities as well. Okay, so he doesn't go for a Sucker Punch that turn, but he is encored into Sucker Punch now. So chances are he will be going for Sucker Punch onto Gengar, and there's a good chance that he'll wake up here too. So Let's go for a just a Moonblast onto Landorus and bring Sableye back in. This does mean he can switch now though, so he doesn't wake up there. We get a nice chunk off with Moonblast, and it means we can get Gravity up again next turn. Maybe I should have gone for the Fake Tears on the Landorus there, but it doesn't really make too much of a difference. So yeah, let's go for Gravity again, and he is again encored into Sucker Punch here, so he's not going to be doing too much damage. He can't, unless he's got Hidden Power and Sucker Punch is the Whimsicott. I'm not really seeing him knocking the Whimsicott out here, but yeah, he could switch his Kangaskhan that turn. So we get Gravity, take the Landorus down, get a nice special attack drop, and because we're in Gravity again, we can Grass Whistle Groudon, and if he knocks out the Sableye, he knocks out the Sableye. I want him to knock the Sableye out, to be honest. But, okay, so we've got a Sleeping Groudon. Unfortunate the Sableye is stuck in here now because it would be nice if we had the Gengar in to start doing, you know, crazy shenanigans like that. But he doesn't quite understand that under Gravity, Grass Whistle is 91% accurate. His Kangaskhan is still asleep in the back, so there's not really anything anything worth me. It's not worth me going for a Grass Whistle on there. That's what I'm trying to say. Let's bring Groudon in. Let's play with the rolls. Let's see if he's gonna wake up with his Groudon. No. Yeah. What's he gonna do? Fire Punch. Okay, that's perfect for me actually, because that means I can go for an Encore on his Groudon and go for a Swords Dance. Okay, so he's getting some good wake-ups here. He should have gone for the Fake Out onto the Whimsicott, really. So he's played this a little bit poorly, I have to say. And he's probably going to switch the Landorus back in now for the Kangaskhan. So I have still got Gravity. Yeah, I just play, you know, safe. A safe Encore and Precipice Place, because if he does bring the Landorus in, we've got Gravity and it's going to get knocked out anyway. So that's that. And Gravity is ended again. His Kangaskhan is awake. His Groudon is locked into that. Let's bring Gengar in. I think we can just close this game out now. I suppose it depends on if he's going to go for a Sucker Punch. I mean, let's just attack. Yeah, because if he faked out the Groudon, then I get the knockout on the Groudon. If he goes for a Sucker Punch on the Gengar, then this Groudon is timid max speed. Chances are I would get the Precipice Blades off as well. So, quite an interesting game. Hope you think it was quite interesting. As long as I keep going for Hypnosis, he can't Sucker Punch me basically. And if he does go for a Sucker Punch and I put him to sleep, then he's got a guaranteed sleep turn next turn, which is exactly what has happened. So I can Sludge Bomb and go for a Foul Play, and that's first game won. So you can see this game, this team rather is quite tricky. We've got a Rain team here though, so this might be a little bit tricky for me. Let's go with Whimsicott and Xerneas or Groudon. See, Groudon is nice for changing the weather, and his Thunderous. Xerneas is nice to sweep through the rest. Let's go with Groudon though. Yeah, because Thunderous can be a little bit of a pain for this team. But yeah, you're beginning to see how this team works with Gravity and you know, sleep turns and really cheeky things like this. It can do pretty well actually, but you know, like I was saying, it's either a win or a loss, which is kind of how Pokemon normally goes, isn't it? Really. He's been so kind to double protect, so I can bring Whimsicott back in. Go for Hypnosis on the Amoonguss here. If he does go for a Geomancy, then I can Encore him next turn, or put him to sleep. Encore is obviously safer. Yeah, it goes for the Rage Powder, and it goes for the Geomancy. Brilliant. That's what we like to see, because now we can Encore him into that and go for a Hex on this Amoonguss, which is it's got a guaranteed sleep turn. Now that Hex did a, you know, good chunk of damage as well, as we can see, and he's just forfeited. So that's, you know, this this team, it crushes people's will. It makes them wish they were no longer alive. First Golduck, which is nice to see. Talonflame can be maybe a little bit of an issue. We're going to go with Gengar and Landorus in this game, and Whimsicott and... Do I want Groudon or do I want Xerneas? I think I want Groudon again. Just because he has got the Talonflame. He has got the Golduck and the Aegislash as well. Well, the Aegislash. Obviously, Groudon doesn't really want to come across the Golduck. Let's go for a Hypnosis onto the Togekiss, just because I don't want him setting up Tailwind or anything like that. The Rayquaza might even protect here as well as he gets his Mega Evolution speed boost. It is intimidated too. This Landorus is Scarfed and has got a Gravity too. So here's the other side of the team. Obviously being Scarfed, this Landorus does outspeed and one-shot like Scarf Smeargle and stuff like that, which could otherwise be a little bit of a problem, because obviously if you get Gravity up then you're just helping them hit all of their Dark Voids. But what's going to happen here then? Okay, so he's just going to go for a Follow Me. So the Rayquaza might even... Oh, he goes for a Dragon Dance. Interesting. So he is going to outspeed the Gengar here. So he might even be going for a Dragon Ascent on the Gengar. That's my guess. Yep, that's right. But because I have brought the Whimsicott in here now, I can kind of safely Grass Whistle it. Put it to sleep. Togekiss could wake up, could go for a Follow Me, but he doesn't even bother. Probably didn't even see the Grass Whistle coming. Who would see it coming? And we get some nice damage onto this Togekiss, which does not wake up. So Rayquaza, we haven't seen him do an attack yet, so we don't know if it is Life Orb or Focus Sash. Obviously not Lumberry. So what we're going to do is, we're actually just going to go for a Sludge Bomb and a Moonblast onto Rayquaza, just in case it is Focus Sash. If the Togekiss does wake up and go for a Follow Me, then it's going to get knocked out by the Sludge Bomb as well, but he doesn't do that. If he does wake up and go for a Tailwind now, which he doesn't, then I could just Encore him into that. But we have still got another turn of Gravity, and we have still got both of these things around, which is very, very nice. Problem is, he's just going to go for a Follow Me here. So, and obviously that'll just redirect both Sleep moves onto him. So we're going to Protect with Gengar, and we're going to Grass Whistle the Togekiss, and hope he knocks the Whimsicott out. Yeah, which he does. Nice. So Gravity has worn itself out again, but we could try and win some potential speed ties, because this Groudon is Jolly max speed, but we have seen Eruption, so it could have Earth Power, which would one-shot my Groudon. So I think it's safer to just bring Landorus back in again, and yeah, so this Togekiss has got a guaranteed sleep. So this team, I mean, we're beginning to see that this team is a lot about sort of risk management and playing odds. So I do find it interesting in that regard. I'm not going to go for an Earthquake here. I'm just going to get Gravity up, get this Groudon nicely asleep. And I'm going to Hex it. Although this could be sticky if Togekiss wakes up. Oh, well, he doesn't wake... Well, he might still wake up. No, he doesn't wake up. I was going to say wakes up and goes for a Follow Me, because the Hex wouldn't do that much damage to Togekiss. I just wanted some damage on the Groudon to make sure the Eruption doesn't knock Gengar out, basically. But, yeah, it's working nicely for me now. I'm getting... See, this is how it works. I'm getting the rolls in this game. Gravity is up, so my Precipice Blades cannot miss. Will definitely knock that thing out. If he's got Golduck, which he has, just in case it is Scarfed, I'm going to Protect and go for a Hypnosis. And it's not Scarfed. Okay. Let's go for a Hex and whatever, a Precipice Blades to do some damage to it. So, we can see we've done a few battles and we're not even like 15 minutes in yet. So this team, can just sort of plow through things. Drizzle Boy, be interesting. I mean, I'm sure he plays on Showdown a fair amount, so he's probably played me with this before. I mean, I've probably played, obviously, although I can't remember, but I'm sure it has happened. How are we going to go about this then? Let's go with Sableye, Gengar, and Whimsicott, and for this one I think I want Xerneas. just because I think he's got better weather control than I have. So he could Scrappy fake out the Sableye like we saw a few games ago, but he could Tailwind with the Tornadus as well. I mean, I think they tend to be in the focus in this format, so I'm gonna just go for a Gravity and a Hypnosis onto this Tornadus. But he does have the Scrappy fake out, okay, and he taunts my Sableye, but thankfully I have got the Mental Herb, so we can start doing some shenanigans now. Tornadus is probably going to taunt my Gengar here, so I'm actually going to bring Whimsicott in to get the faster Prankster move onto the Tornadus and protect the Gengar to stop it from being taunted, basically. Hopefully, oh, nice one, he makes a nice prediction there. Yeah, okay, so I suppose that might not necessarily have been a prediction. He might have thought I was just going to go for a Will-O-Wisp or something onto his Kangaskhan. But I think he's free to taunt my Gengar now, isn't he, really? So, see, this is why I was worried about Thundurus a few games ago, just because Taunt obviously does do a bit of a job against the team. He has kept his Kangaskhan in normal form as well, which is interesting. I'm just going to Moonblast the Tornadus, just because I have seen a few Tornadus with a Focus Sash. Okay. I'm going to bring Gengar in again for the Whimsicott, and see, I don't think I mind too much if the Sableye goes down. Nice. Good. I'm glad we got rid of that Tornadus, because that was his source of control over the game. That was his taunts, that was his potential tailwinds, his role plays and whatever as well. I could have taunted it that turn actually, because that oh no, maybe I couldn't, because I was going to say he role played a different ability, but he just role played my Sableye that came in, didn't it? So let's Hypnosis the Yveltal, and is he going to predict a switch from a Sableye or not? That is the question. I'm just going to foul play the Kangaskhan here, because okay, so he lets his Yveltal go to sleep. He does predict a switch there, nice one. And so yeah, I want to get this foul play off. So Gravity unfortunately has worn out now, but we're not in the worst of states really. We'll see if he Sucker Punches the Sableye. He might do. Yeah, he does. Okay, that's not so much of a problem though. Again, because I can bring Whimsicott in, I can Encore the Kangaskhan and get a Geomancy up. And if he's got a Ferrothorn, this is his last Pokemon, then maybe we're in a little bit of a spot of bother, but you would expect it to be Kyogre. And his Yveltal stays asleep again, so working out really good for me now. So I can just Dazzling Gleam, and can Whimsicott do anything useful here? Yveltal is not going to survive this. I suppose if he switches the Kangaskhan in for his Kyogre, then it's going to get Fake Tears. But, nah. Don't want to break my Sash there either. So, Xerneas. First game that we brought Xerneas to in this this little spate of games. It's actually putting in a good shift here. Yeah, so we can just Fake Tears, Moonblast to Kyogre. And there we go. So this ult is actually on a perfect record so far. So, you know, let's just leave it like this for now. I hope you've enjoyed this, guys. I honestly did think twice about using a team like this on YouTube, because it's not great, you know, from a competitive standpoint, is it? I mean, it is a lot of risk management and sort of counting sleep turns and all that kind of stuff, but from a competitive point, yeah, from a chess point of view, I suppose, it's not that pretty. But, you know, looking at the state of the metagame, we have got Smeargle everywhere and, you know, all that kind of stuff, so have it, you know, please try this team out and mess the game up even more. So thanks a lot, guys, hope you've enjoyed it. Please again leave a like and share and everything if you have enjoyed it, but goodbye for now. Thank you.